Chicago and many other cities in the Midwest could be seeing their biggest snowstorm of the season, with over a foot of snow possible in select locations. Let's take a look at this system as it moves through. This is looking at the Precip type and rate map for the Midwest. And as you can see, there's already some rain building into the region as southern Illinois starts to get some of those higher rainfall rates, maybe 0.4 inches per hour. And this is just the first system. There's one low that moves through, and then the second system that fills in behind it, that's the one that's going to bring in the cold air where we're going to see those heavy snowfall rates. So that's the first system. That one brings rain. This is now looking at early Tuesday morning. You can see that low just on the southern part of Illinois. Rain in Ohio, and then you start to see that snow show up on the western side of Illinois. By Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Chicago is in snowfall, and you're going to want to keep your eye on that location because they're basically covered in snowfall throughout the rest of their Tuesday and all of Wednesday. The interesting thing about this map is there's never one time when the rates look all that impressive, but the thing is it lasts a long time. This is now looking at Tuesday night, Chicago still in snow. Wednesday morning, Chicago still in snow, as well as basically all of the northern portions of Illinois and parts of northwestern Indiana. Then some of those heavier rates start showing up early Wednesday morning as that cold air really starts coming around this low. If you think about it, this is a counterclockwise rotation. So on this side, it's bringing that cold air down from the Arctic. Moving through, this is now Wednesday at 1 p.m., and Chicago is still in snow, so that's 24 hours of accumulated snowfall right there. And then some heavier rates building into Michigan and northern Ohio. And snow continues for basically Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan throughout Wednesday and into early Thursday morning. Let's take a look at these two different systems as they move through the Midwest and combine and bring those cold temperatures down. This is the first one. That's the one that's bringing that rain in. And you can see the temperatures aren't that cold. Basically, Illinois, you're in the green. That means it's pretty warm up there right now. That's why you're just getting red. I mean, you're just getting rain right now. Red, I don't know what that means. That one's going to move off. That's going to bring some rain, a little bit of snow to the northeast. The one you're going to want to watch for is this big trough that fills down. And those purples, that means Arctic air. So once that fills in, that's when those heavy rates start to happen. This is Wednesday at 1 p.m. That's when we really saw those snowfall rates start to accumulate. And then that cold air is basically going to sweep through the Midwest and move all the way up to the northeast, where heavy snowfall is going to hit the northeast, as well as extreme winds. So we're going to be talking about that later as well. And you can see this is a giant trough. That's bringing down cold air basically all the way down into the southeast. Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, you're going to get a taste of this cold Arctic air as well. So let's look at the temperatures when the snow really starts accumulating in the Midwest, because that's the key thing you want to look at. Is it going to be cold enough for the precipitation to be snow? If it were hitting Tuesday morning, not so much. Look at that. Chicago, you're at 35 degrees, 37 degrees. That's going to be too warm to accumulate a lot of snowfall. But as you move through Tuesday into Wednesday, those temperatures drop below freezing. This line right here indicates the freezing line where you're going to be under 32 degrees. And take a look at Chicago as we move through all of Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday, you guys are getting snow all day. And it's because look at those temperatures, 26, 29, 30 right by the Great Lakes, as well as basically the rest of the region. Wisconsin, you are looking at maybe 15, 17 degrees. Up into Minnesota, you're getting the real chill on this one, 7 degrees. And that cold air basically fills into the entire region. By early Thursday morning, you're going to start seeing some below zero temperatures up into Minnesota. And remember, the other big story about this one is the high winds. So that's going to do two things. One, those cold temperatures are going to feel even colder. You get a wind chill, so a -3 actually feels like a -20. The other thing it does is all that snow you're getting, that's going to kick it up, and you start to see blizzard conditions. If you get a foot of snow, that's pretty significant. But if you have a foot of snow and heavy winds, that's when blizzard conditions happen, visibility goes down to 0, and you really got to watch out on the roads. So let's look at the 24-hour accumulated snowfall for the Midwest on this one. You can see starting Tuesday at about 1 p.m., those accumulations start to fill into Illinois. And then throughout Wednesday, you really see those numbers start to rise up. You're already seeing 5 inches by Wednesday at 7 in the morning. By Wednesday at 1 p.m., you're getting into those 6 to 8 inches. By Thursday morning, the heavy snowfall starts to move into places like Indiana, southern Michigan, parts of northwestern Ohio, and then that is gone by Friday. Really Thursday evening, Thursday afternoon, that system has moved through up into the northeast. Well, let's take a look at it once it's in the northeast. Remember, there was 2 systems with this one. There was the one that brought the rain, and then the one that brought the snow. Well, this is what's going to happen to the northeast with that first one that's bringing the rain, and it's bringing rain to the northeast as well. See that low right there? 1,006 millibars. That's not going to be a very extreme storm. That's barely even a storm. See, you got rain in western Pennsylvania, and then rain fills in, maybe some snow, light accumulations in northern New York and Vermont, and then throughout Wednesday morning, you're going to be getting a little dusting of snow in northern New York, but nothing to call home about. The real one that is going to be exciting is this low that brought that heavy accumulation of snow to the Midwest. Well, then it moves into the northeast. And it's a similar story with this one. When it first moves in, you're getting mostly rain. And that's because, again, the counterclockwise rotation. On the right side of the low, it's bringing warm air up. And with the northeast, it's bringing warm air in from the Gulf Stream. That is extremely warm water right there. So it's going to be hard to get snow when all that warm air is being advected into your region. What happens though is as the low moves up, that cold air can start to fill in underneath it. And you see this one is showing 996 millibars. At this point yesterday, the models were showing it was above 1,000, so I was a little worried that this storm wasn't really going to work out. Well, this is encouraging, at least showing the trend that low is getting lower. So if that continues, this could turn into a major storm for the northeast as well. Into Thursday morning, basically all of the northeast, you guys are still getting rain with this one. But again, that cold air starts to fill in down underneath the low. And then by Thursday at 7 a.m., you guys start to see those heavy snowfall rates, especially in northern New York, basically all of Vermont. Heaviest rates will be in New Hampshire, and then western Maine. You guys are getting some heavy snowfall rates with this one too. This is, again, Thursday at 7 a.m. This is going to be the bulk of the storm for the northeast. This is when you guys are maybe getting 0.2 and more inches per hour of snowfall, and I'll show you the totals in a second. Now looking at Thursday at about 1 p.m., Maine, you guys are getting extremely heavy rates. We haven't seen these purple snowfall rates. That is showing maybe 0.2 and greater inches per hour of snowfall. Inches per hour. So you can imagine what you can get in an entire day of this. We didn't even see purples in the Midwest. So this is going to be a big one for Maine. And that finally moves off by Friday. That one's long gone. So let's take a look at some of your guys' accumulations. Parts of New York, you guys are going to be getting 6 to 8 inches, possibly a foot of snow in the higher elevation places. Vermont, you guys had a nice tasting of the snow. You're going to be maybe in the 5 to 7 range. Remember New Hampshire, they had those heaviest rates. You guys are getting, I'm predicting a foot of snow on this one. I got faith in this. But remember, along the coast where the temperatures are more moderated, all these areas right here, Massachusetts, kind of Connecticut, parts of southern New Hampshire, you guys are still too warm to get any of this snow. That Gulf Stream is just ruining the storm for you guys. And then going up into Maine, you could be seeing double-digit snowfall totals as well. And the other big story with this one, as the same kind of thing for the Midwest, is the heavy winds that are going to be associated with this. You can see it streaming into Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Well, this is showing when the bulk of that snowfall was hitting New Hampshire. Well, they're also going to be having these extreme winds coming in. So it's the same story. Foot of snow, that's pretty significant. But when you get a foot of snow and 30-mile-per-hour winds, that's when things can get dangerous. And if you remember, it was hitting early Thursday morning. So you guys could be on your commute as the bulk of this storm is hitting. So that's something to think about. The other big story that's been going on the last 2 weeks is the extreme flooding in the southeast. And unfortunately, they're not getting any break this week. This low that's bringing in the rain to Illinois and Indiana right now, well, it's also bringing rain to the southeast. You can see, as of right now, this is Monday morning at about 7 a.m. Mississippi, you're already getting some of that rainfall. And the Pearl River Basin, if you remember right here, that's already flooded. So they can't take any more. The soils are saturated. And then this strong band of rainfall starts filling in throughout the day today. That's going to move through really heavy rates in Alabama and Georgia, moving into Monday night and Tuesday morning. And the thing about this storm system is it doesn't just move off. It really hangs out in the southeast for basically Monday into Wednesday. And really heavy rates for Florida and Georgia early Tuesday morning. Those stick around. And then another band of rain shows up by about Tuesday at 1 p.m. When is that finally gone? Maybe Wednesday at 1 p.m. So we're going to keep an eye on this because the flooding in the southeast has been a big story. The other big story is those snow accumulations in the Midwest and Northeast. I will keep you guys updated on that. And I do these forecast videos every day. So by the time you're watching this one, I've maybe already made another one. So check out my forecast playlist and subscribe for continual updates on weather going on around the country. Thanks for watching.